I don't think so. Okay. I, Queen Meve, hereby proclaim that whosoever has aided the Nilfgaardian's warpath shall face punishment of the highest severity. Whosoever has bartered with, repaired equipment for, or eaten fare made by a Nilfgaardian shall receive 30 lashes. Finally, whosoever has taught them our language or served as guide shall be executed in the slowest possible manner. More lies and slander. Okay. Time to murder the sun. Yeah! Right? That's what we all want. Okay, this is actually... Okay, I have to go this way. Fine. That's a trollolololo. In one of Rivia's many caverns dwells a blind troll known to the locals as Sniff Sniff. Sniff Sniff is also the best method to find out if your clothes are clean or not. He is often seen along roadsides where he greets weary travelers and warmly invites them to his cave for soup. On occasion, utterly drained from hunger, some actually accepted the offer and followed the troll to his home. They soon realize, however, that they'll not enjoy a single slurp of his soup, but rather become a key ingredient in it. Play the ingredient card that matches the scent of each unit. Sometimes throwing an ally into the fire is the best way out. Ingredient Scout. During war's quieter moments, he picks mushrooms and saves slippery jacks for pickle and jar. Day and night, up to their elbows in corpses, can't mistake the smell for anything else. Carries the stench of cheap booze and garlic stewed in the gut. Prize all trolls for the tender flesh steamed in roots and herbs. It's not proper meal without the carcass left behind. Good. Okay. I have to... Every turn, on turn start, consume the leftmost card on the melee row. If it was an ingredient, remove one power from the troll soup. If it was a unit, Meve loses the bet. Oh. So, herbs. Okay. Now, booze. Now the skulls. And it's mushroom and saves pickle. And we did it! Victory! Better be careful, Carla. Success! Sucks to success! Okay, what's going on here?
Oi, Meve! Cried Gascon. as usual paying no heed to courtly etiquette.
Come here a minute.
Would it hurt so terribly to occasionally address me by Your Grace or Your Majesty?
Didn't want to be petty, but since you bring it up, you've never once addressed me as the Duke of Dogs.
Meve sighed, rolling her eyes.
Get on with it.
My lads jumped one of the Blackclads' transports. Guess what they were hauling?
Gascon handed Meve a pot filled to the brim with a thick, dark fluid.
Paint?
Close. Printer's ink. Same tone used in those phony decrees.
Meve spun on her heel, put a hand to her mouth, and yelled,
Reynard! Send scouts to comb the area!
Her soldiers returned a few hours later with good news. They were able to find a Nilfgaardian printer's workshop hidden in an abandoned barn. It was guarded by a division of elite infantry.
Right, so?
Gascon thumbed the edge of his blade.
Shall we stop the presses?
Time for the Nilfgaardians to publish a retraction.
Spoke the Queen as she drew her sword.
Of course not,
Signed with their own blood. Follow me!
The Lyrians did not need to be told twice. Their Queen's honor,
You know where you are.
name,
Of course you can't.
That was a
leave
cause
us
well
alone.
worth fighting for.
You're now one of us. One of us. One of us. One of us. One Nilfgaardian propaganda pamphlet reads as follows. Meve, a faint and timid woman, has not the courage nor strength to defend the country in times of war. They would soon see, however, that this claim was, on every account, false. Well, you have to cancel your job. So you have to stop doing the job and just look out for us. We need you here. You saw what happens when you just leave for 10 minutes. It's cancelled. It's over now. Sorry.
It's her! Yes, you fool her! Sound the alarm! Larum!
Okay. Oh yeah, not Yakuza, but the new game from the developers of Yakuza. It will start, I think, like last week of June. It will come out, if I remember correctly.
This could hurt.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Order!
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that for a long time now. Very excited. Didn't really work out as I wanted to. So maybe we'll do that. And do this. Can we just play 0 again?
Pays late. Again.
Maybe. Maybe at some point. You miss Majima? I mean, maybe. I'm very excited about the new game they're making. From what I've seen, it looks very good.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
That guy is gone. Gonzomatico. Another one gone. All feel brand new to you. I mean, you can always watch the VODs.
Ennard Fane!
Okay, that guy is an issue. Get rid of these stooges.
Erigor!
Scheiß! In! Zwei!
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Lyria! Noir and Cancer! Don't need no weapon!
Let's get that, and where is Reynard?
Watch your
No
head!
fire?
Company! Forward march!
Something revolt.
Off to the front yet again.
Come here! Let's dance!
Quiet! What the clicks are we here?
I played through it. Took me a long time to play through it, and I played through it. Now new games are there. New exciting games.
Come on, kill me!
Ach, Scheiß! In!
Zwei!
Is today the day?
Off to the front yet again.
They weren't expecting us. Seems they believed their own blarney.
You're back. I'm never sure if there's at any
The
point
Nilfgaardians
a right or
fought
wrong
fiercely,
time.
led by a seasoned covert agent. Seeing he would soon fall into enemy hands, he put a knife to his throat and, in a quick slash, sent blood pouring over paper and still wet ink. Reynard leapt towards him, trying to stanch the red tide. But it was too late, and the spy's secrets perished with his
too
last
late.
gargled breath.
To apologize.
Meve picked up a freshly printed pamphlet. The document listed her many crimes and misdeeds, the true and the manufactured alike. Above the main body of the text, an etching depicted her, well, in a very unflattering manner.
How about a taste of their own medicine?
Asked Gascon, piecing blocks of type into a scathingly foul phrase.
Me and the lads will scratch out a couplet about Epdahi. Spread it around the countryside. Give the folk a hearty laugh at those tossers' expense.
No, we don't need that.
War should be fought by the sword,
said Meve.
not
We
by
already have
lies
the
and
support of
slander.
our people.
Remember, Gascon, we cannot stoop to their level.
The Queen commanded her Lyrians to destroy the presses. Soon, reams of paper went up in flames, and cracked blocks of type were trampled into the ink-stained mud.
Okay. Stop the propaganda. Yeah. Well, I'm not a liar. Why am I a liar? She is fun. Where's Athalas? Where's Athalas? I need support here. I don't know what diabetes is. Is it when you don't tell the truth about your diabetes? Your Majesty, we found corpses in the tents, traveling merchants it appears. Seems they were killed whilst they slept, drained of blood to the last drop. We've already buried the bodies, but don't know what to do. Yeah, let's requisition them. A puzzle! I never lie. The locals had a warning for the Queen. We don't go to Ravenholm. After Nilfgaardians had scorched the village, beasts claimed what remained. For a time, the venerable Gregory, mad with grief, resisted them until they finally tore him to shreds, that is. Boost one unit to at least 125 power. Use leader's ability. Odd mod out? Why? Oh boy, what's...
Yeah.
In the battlefield. Force an Arrakis drone to consume adjacent horizontal and vertical units. If the power of any consumed unit was odd, boost Arrakis drone by its power. If it was even, damage Arrakis drone by its power. I don't know what's going on here, really. Why wouldn't I do that? Feels like that doesn't really lead to anything. Just trying some things out. I just did a thing. I don't know what happened there.
Rivia will never die so long as we are alive.
I don't know what happened there. But I won. Did the
Nilfgaard
puzzle.
will not spit in our maws. Lady, the
Click the
traitors
buttons.
from before you. Find me a map and I'll
Button
show you where
clicker.
they buried the loot.
Misfortune has befallen me. Those with mercy attacked me without cause. Woe to all, for our final resting place is far, and we but wander blindly in the realms of chaos. Good mother, I pray your light never fades. Hear me and slay my enemies when I shout thy name. What's here? This looks suspicious. Yeah, I still have no idea what happened there, Coley, so... Let's just move on and pretend that I'm super smart and solve the puzzle easily. Let's do...
These lands, they look familiar to you?
Naturally, Your Grace. They're the venerable Count Caldwell's.
War, death, chaos. Everywhere but here. This land's positively pastoral.
Let's look at the map. How do we want to proceed? Okay. Checking out this path and then to the left to the town. Yeah, exactly, Coley. That's exactly what happened. There's no doubt about that. Lande en Palatin Caldwell. Hell Katzer. You're entering the estate of Palatine Caldwell. Long live the Emperor. I know my Nilfgaardian is flawless.
The traitorous Caldwell family's residence loomed into view. Against the horizon, it looked suitably sinister. Yet the manor had changed since Meve last saw it. 2 new wings, ornate towers, a grand colonnade. And the windows now glistened with stained glass, the gilded hue of imperial suns.
We must pay them a visit.
Seethed the queen. The great double doors opened with an echoing thud. Just inside them stood the heir to the estate, Dragomir, his wife and 3 children by his side, and Helena, the treacherous count's widow. Sliding the cap from his head, thus giving proof of the family's hereditary baldness, Dragomir knelt down upon one knee.
Your Grace, my father's betrayal stands beyond doubt and exoneration.
The young Caldwell said flawlessly, and in a single breath, as if he'd practiced a dozen times.
And his death at your hands was most well deserved. I ask that ye not punish sons for the sins of their fathers. I ask humbly, with bowed head, allow me to stay on my ancestral lands, to serve faithfully as your loyal subject.
I believe not a word slithering out of his mouth,
whispered Reynard.
The first chance he gets to stab you in the back, he will take.
Meve narrowed her eyes and gazed at Dragomir. Large drops of sweat dripped from his brow.
You may stay,
said the Queen, finally breaking the silence.
On 2 conditions. Firstly, you will make a considerable donation toward the war effort. Then field an infantry regiment, fully outfitted, under my command.
Naturally, Your Grace. And the other?
In one swift motion, Meve snatched a crossbow from a soldier, put it to her cheek, and loosed. Caldwell the Younger screamed bloody murder as he threw up his arms to shield his face. The bolt hissed by and struck the center of a golden sun, shattering one of the stained glass windows.
Redecorate,
said the Queen flatly. She then mounted up and sped off, earnestly hoping she'd not come to regret her generosity.
Decision was made. Oh, we have a chest there. Tense, very intense. I guess those Nilfgaardian windows did not spark joy. So much path. So much to do today. Okay, ooh, look at all of that. So much to do. Does not praise the sun, no. The Lyrian army approached Lindeham, the village Sergeant Niedamir called home. He was eager to hold his family in loving embrace, recount his adventures, introducing his wife to the Queen. Yet the chimneys spewed no smoke, no light flickered through closed shutters, and a bit further beyond the village a dark, deep dark pit. What did it hold, you ask? Ha! You clearly aren't familiar with war. Best option that wasn't present, make him a peasant on his family lands and give it to a soldier affected by his father's decision. That would have been a good choice, yeah. I think I would have picked that one if I would have had the chance.
He's gonna be a right good levy, big and beautiful.
Okay, now let's play this one. Do this. Get our pirates out. Yeah, that would have been a cool option.
They came up here!
Okay. It is also a good option, call up. See, that is why you guys would be my advisors.
Waiting for a personal invitation?
Boom, 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 boom. Healed. I think I'll pass. That's also very important, I know. Okay. Okay. I don't want to play this.
I'm coming, I'm coming. Ours is not to reason why.
Okay. Past now. So... I don't want to play this. I will play this one.
Slings, they hide well.
Let's go into... I don't know. I know that she had a very busy week because one of her co-workers was sick and she had a bunch of extra work to do.
You
Let's start with some fire.
Hey,
That is not even the card that I wanted to play. Well. Oh well. In that case... Bring out this one. And this one. Some ale. And the ballista. It sounds good though, Koala. Kitchen Sam speaks Spanish. Close enough. Get dope drunk. He's getting some ale.
This could hurt.
ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
What? How rude was that? Okay. Okay, if you want to play it like that.
Ludicrous! Give me some of that.
Come on, kill me!
Bring our pirates back.
Today the day?
This one can go.
Cork it.
Get rid of all of them. we have here? Well, let's get another one of these. Now, bit of a mistake there, though not a terrible one. Let's get Renard and the obelisk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We must trust each other.
Lyria!
Let's destroy that one. That's some good damage. Okay.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Destroying them. Yeah, that's usually a good first test for a restaurant with different culinary influence. Though obviously there are also exceptions. Now let's prepare burial here. Look at this big city. Is this where one of the treasure chests are? That was near one of those towers. Let's look at the map. Okay, that is such a large map. Oh, there was a dig icon? Must have missed that. You know where approximately? By the tent. Ah, okay. Here? Oh yeah, thank you.
Meve spied the outline of Malabon Castle on the horizon and turned dour. True, no golden suns waved atop its towers, yet that did not mean those within supported her. Malabon belonged to House Obert, long in conflict with Meve's own, and with Meve herself.
Behind their ramparts. Do you see them, Reynard?
Asked Meve, shaking her head.
Countless ballistae, collecting dust, while war rages all around.
Perhaps the Oberts will lend us aid.
Reynard replied.
True, you've been at odds with them in the past, but perhaps now, faced with a common foe.
A common foe?
snorted the Queen.
You mean Nilfgaard, to whom they opened their gates? Caldwell, whom they supported?
For they were convinced the Empire would win this war, and resistance pointless. Yet you have shown all the North the Blackclads can be defeated. So perhaps they shall forget old wrongs.
The things I do for the good of my realm.
Meve sighed.
So be it. Reynard, send a runner to the castle. Tell the Oberts their queen seeks a word.
Moments later, the castle's heavy iron gate creaked open. Meve rode into the cobblestone courtyard, where Margravine Greta, head of the house, greeted her. Although, greeted is perhaps not the right word, for
Look at
Lady
that
Greta
face.
granted her only a barely perceptible nod.
What can I help you with, Meve?
The war, my dear. The one being fought outside the walls of your castle.
Greta smiled to herself, then intertwined her brittle,
Cat looks like the woman.
fingers.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
It is a vassal's sacred duty to serve her liege, and
my liege is King Willem.
Greta calmly retorted.
I can bring him his hat.
Whom you,
I have
your
him with me.
grace, have unlawfully captured. I command not enough men to free him from that captivity, but more than enough courage to refuse you.
you dare speak of courage.
Hissed Meve.
You, who handed your homeland to its enemy without a fight.
I followed the Council of Peers' ruling. Nothing more have I to say to you. Leave my home. Begone from my lands.
I shall go,
The Queen said.
and I shall take your war machines with me.
Did I not express myself clearly? I have refused you any aid.
And I have stopped asking.
Meve said, drawing her weapon.
Soldiers, attack!
Seeing that a battle was imminent, Greta Obert took refuge in the keep. The Margravine soldiers stood ready to defend her life to the very end.
Explode them! Margrave Greta Obert's hands were twisted with arthritis, her eyes cloudy, but her mind remained sharp. She knew when and how to deploy troops to repel an attack, where to strike to hold back Meve's men. In other words, despite her advanced age, she proved a dangerous opponent. Prevent any dilapidated ballista from being destroyed. Optional, eliminate all Obert family guards. Okay. An entire army against that one lady and her ugly hat. Okay, let's see. Nobility. Okay, I'm not supposed to destroy these. So my fire won't help here. Same with those. They won't help either. Same with this. Won't help either. This all doesn't help, guys. I need damage.
You and Epdahi, you are no different.
Oh, don't lecture me, old bitch. Okay, let's see. Use the soup. I will use the soup at some point. Ooh, not supposed to.
Thing about slings, they hide well, eh?
Let's get rid of the guards.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Congratulations. You've defeated an old woman.
Victory!
Shocked by this sudden attack, the Oberts never stood a chance of resisting Meve. Realizing their inevitable defeat, Margravine Greta tried to escape, but her horse, frightened by the tumult of battle, tossed her from the saddle and bolted. Meve left Malabon Castle strengthened by the Obert's war machines, but in dour spirits. She understood that even if she won the war and chased the Nilfgaardians behind the Yaruga, she would still have enemies left on her land.
Reinforced ballista. Where is it? The machine is 321. Let's get a few of these, and I think what I will do, actually, I will throw out the sapper. We'll throw out the pikemans. And I will throw out the Wagenburg. And instead... Instead what? I think these can be useful. Let's get 3 of these. And 2 of these. See how that goes. Oh wow. Maybe I shouldn't look at chat.
Meve now reached Willowhain, a settlement she knew well, for it lay near Waldenrad, where in peacetime she would go to escape her queenly duties and enjoy the thrill of a hunt.
Pheasant, grouse, and partridge in abundance. You will see,
said Meve in muted excitement, pivoting in her saddle to face Gascon. Alas, it appeared the war had ravaged even these woods. Where life had stirred and grown tall before, only resinous trunks remained. And the village itself had lost its quaint allure, surrounded now by a double stockade, a golden sun fluttering above it.
Bastards couldn't even let the damn trees be.
Gascon's seat, a dismal scene. Her once cherished wood, and it weighed heavily on the Queen's spirits. Waldenrad had been a place removed, where she could rest and forget the weight of her crown. Reynard's voice roused Meve from her sad reverie.
A Nilfgaardian garrison holds the village,
he said.
We ought to drive them out. Avoid any surprise later from the rear.
give the order to attack, but none is to play the hero. We shall breach or topple the stockade together. Senseless to perish so close to home.
Reynard nodded. Moments later, the Lyrians rushed forth and attacked.
Battle! We're jumping from one battle into another. Meve recalled her first hunt in Waldenrad nearly 20 years ago. She was young, naive, and newly married to Reginald. Now the forest had been razed, Reginald was dead, and Meve shared little in common with the starry-eyed girl who first arrived at the Lyrian court. Ta-da. Okay. Was that a standard battle? I don't know. Oh, there's our new unit. We'll try that one out. That was nice too. Try out our new units a little bit.
The time has come to purge these devils from our homes!
Yes, we have soup and beer for our men. We're very well prepared.
Order!
Okay. So I want to focus my efforts on this one first. Let's do exactly that.
Yeah, yeah!
Mark that one. It's a shortened battle. Okay.
You mad? Don't shake that!
Okay.
There, gloire!
So now... how do I want to do this? Let's play this one.
Life is mine now.
Okay. Now we can play this one. Get rid of that.
Wise choice.
Ouch. Ouch. Now...
Thing about slings, they hide well.
A highly curious case. Egreto dum anime est, spes est.
Okay.
Come on, kill me! Ha! Alba!
Oof. Actually, not too bad. It's not very smart of me, but since when am I a smart person, right? Ooh, let's take this one. Let's get the Dwarverino. Although no, it's a... No, not the Dwarverino, turns out. Fine.
This could hurt.
Give me a target.
Warum?
It's way closer than I wanted to be.
Ludicrous! Give me some of that.
Evil ass.
He passed. It's good. Let's just make sure that we win. Bring out these two.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
That's the day.
And we won. Another victory.
Rivia is ours! Ours!
Hours. Not minutes. Hours.
When the battle dust had settled, Meve instructed her soldiers to gather Willowhane's inhabitants. Upon spotting their armed liberators, the common folk cowered in terror.
No longer need you fear.
The Queen shouted.
No longer must you worry about homes and loved ones. The war's nearly done.
Of a sudden, a villager dropped to his knees and raised his hands to the heavens in supplication.
Troche! Guide my queen!
Meve broke off oddly, baffled by the man's outburst. And then it dawned on her. The Rivians of Willowhane had been driven away. Taking their place, Nilfgaardian settlers brought in to transform the near subsistence plots of local peasants into great estates producing for the Empire. Reynard managed to grasp the essence of the Nilfgaardian peasants' frantic pleas.
They wish to stay. They've come to love the land. They pledged to renounce their emperor, swear allegiance to you as their rightful ruler.
Meve had stopped listening. She turned to survey the hamlet. The walls of the huts freshly whitewashed, tools neatly arranged, flower beds well tended. A young girl of 6 or 7 summers peered out from her hiding place in a sunflower patch.
Your Majesty?
Asked Reynard, having noted that Meve's mind had wandered.
What are your orders? What shall we do?
Yeah, let them stay.
They can stay on 2 conditions. Tell them. For 15 years, they'll pay double the tax. And if any of the previous inhabitants return, they're to be given their huts, lands, and any crops produced in their absence without delay.
The Nilfgaardian settlers accepted the terms with relief. Meve's soldiers with markedly less enthusiasm. As the force left Willowhane, the troops made a show of knocking aside any food or drink the peasants offered.
Well, it's not the peasants' fault. Well, that's that. But that is still successful. There is some more loot. I'll have a look at the map. There's more to the north. So much more. Maybe this will be a 24-hour stream. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know, maybe that's just like a catchphrase. Rolling hard tonight.
Let me tell you of Ravencloft,
Hands
a
up,
quarry
hands up.
Meve passed by. A quarry with a dark history, For years earlier, its wall had collapsed, burying dozens alive. Scholars summoned from
that's the Witcher
Oxenfurt were
experience,
unanimous in their findings. The rock was fragile, further digging would likely cause slides. Meve had heeded the scholars' advice and closed the quarry by royal decree. Yet now, as she neared it, Meve could hear the even tap of pickaxes.
I took my time, especially
scouts to investigate.
Second time as well, but
they returned
playing
promptly.
it for the first
their
time, you
faces
investigate
sullen,
even more.
their cloaks
I took
blanched with a fine
I took my
limestone
sweet
dust.
time.
Quarry's open anew, Your Grace. Nilfgaardians. They've got folk in the pit working it. Appear to be from the surrounding villages.
Interesting. Their engineers have found a way to render it safe. Secure the walls.
I'd say that's right unlikely, Majesty. Judging by the fresh graves we saw.
The Queen then turned to Reynard, as ever at her side.
Reynard, what do you advise?
All right, Koala,
As
get
a
some good
soldier,
rest. I
my
know that
queen,
you're
I'd advise
exhausted,
against any
so
kind
hope
of
you have a
assault.
good night's
The
sleep.
terrain's hard,
And thank you for
unsuitable
stopping
for a
by.
fight, and
Always
we've little to
appreciate
gain
it.
from a victory.
And hope to see you very soon.
As a man, however,
Again,
Yes.
for
to leave our
everyone
folk in
around,
chains
probably
in that
Sunday
death
no
trap
stream, but I will
wouldn't
be
be
back
right.
on Monday.
If I were to calculate in heart and mind, keep note of gains and losses,
Began Meve.
I'd bend the knee to the Imperials, just as Willem did. But bloody arithmetic won't dictate my course, for I do what's just. I do what's right. Follow me!
Her troops followed without hesitation, swords in hand, their hearts afire.
Meve had expected easy victory. From her scouts' reports, she learned the Lyrians held a considerable numerical advantage over the invading forces, yet the Queen had not foreseen one critical Nilfgaardian strategy, the use of chained captives to fight opposite their own countrymen. Eliminate all slave drivers. You too, Koala. Let's roll some bucket heads. Okay. We need to do some damage. Well, that is good, that is good, that is good. That's good.
Those wholesons.
Oh, pretty good.
Forcing my own subjects to fight us.
wise choice.
Okay, let's see. This will come in handy.
Elven blarney.
And I can do this. And bring in some fire.
This could hurt.
Burn them all.
Watch your heads. Oh. Order!
This guy.
Attack!
Kill them all. Kill the slavers.
Jericania, source of the best goods.
Your Grace, if we begin killing the overseers, the laborers will turn against them.
I mean, I'm trying to here. Okay?
Over up a stone, knock out one of your teeth.
This one, this one.
The overseers are
one.
dead, Your Grace.
Victory! We did it! Kill them all.
The Lyrians handily dispatched the Nilfgaardian overseers, more trained in the ways of the whip than the sword. Those who survived now found themselves shackled in the very chains they'd forced the peasants to wear. Peasants. Oh, unfortunate souls. The cruel labor in the quarry had taken its toll. They stood before the Queen, shrunken to skin and bone, clothed in tattered rags, their eyes reddened by dust. But in those eyes burned a brilliant fire.
Muzzle.
Your Grace, them black-clads treated us like dogs, stripped us of dignity. So we beg you, give us arms. Let us march neath your banner. 'Tis a chance at revenge we seek, we want.
Reynard leaned towards Meve and spoke in a scarcely audible whisper.
Majesty, they've knout. Not boots, not even foot wraps. To equip the lot, train them, would cost a small fortune.
Do it, though.
'Tis true. They've nought to their names,
said the Queen.
Have few skills to offer and little strength. But to look in their eyes is to know they'll never flee. Never throw down their arms.
Good cannon fodder. I mean, very loyal.
Emaciated,
soldiers.
downtrodden. The peasants met the Queen's offer with gratitude. They relished the thought of facing their tormentors in a fight.
Let's pick these things up. What do we have here? Quarry foreman node. Resumed operation. Northern wall collapsed. 12 deaths, 7 injured. Sent for more slaves. Received slave transport. Many decrepit and unfit for labor. Assigned them 1/3 rations. Eastern wall collapsed. 7 deaths, 5 injured. Sent more slaves. Let's see what the card does. Where is it? There. Seize a bronze enemy unit. Is it worth it? I don't know. Have a look at the map. Okay. Fight! Crouching in the dark, the Lyrians observed the Nilfgaardian garrison in silence. They watched as fires were extinguished, as echoes grew quiet. Finally, once the barracks were quiet with sleep, only lone sentries remained atop the walls. Then the Queen gave the order to strike. It was time to give the rouse the invaders from their peaceful slumber. No. That's nice. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good starting hand.
God!
Okay. Now, let's play our nice pirate combo.
May the disgrace ends here! Time I wiped it away!
Come on, kill me!
Barbarians.
I have another one here.
Think I'm a beer!
And they pass, actually. That's nice. That worked out very well for us. Took the first round. Thing or two about scorpions. Well, yeah. Sometimes they are like a sniper rifle, and sometimes they are like a shotgun on long range. Depending on how much plot armor you have. See, yeah, Fizz. Same thought. Even then,
To the
Fizz,
front yet again.
you just have to aim in the general direction with hundreds of them. You have to hit something, right?
Scheiß in Trade!
Nobody knows. Yeah, I mean, it's... Yeah. Let's not talk about that. Just... I'm actually pretty okay with what I have here.
This could hurt.
Bring some fire. Okay. What's that? Get Poggo back.
Wise choice.
Switch out this one for this and this.
Watch your heads!
And now... Nowie wowie. Now let's bring out the big boys.
Is today the day?
Off to the front yet again.
Yes, exactly, Sassy. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I really like the combo. That is why in the first run I play all the Skellige units, and then I can get this card that brings all the Skellige units back at once from the graveyard. So it's a pretty good combo, as you saw. How are you doing, Sassy? I think so too, Daniel. Yeah. Sounds like it. Gone through a stream ride today from Foster to Starsea to here. Nice! Hope you had a good time. With fried chicken and then ice cream. That sounds like a good day.
Order!
Alright, Thora, thank you for hanging out. Come get home safely and maybe we see us then.
Hail Katza!
Give me a time.
Don't punch Zora away, Coley.
The Morrow drink with our forefathers! I warned you.
We did it! Victory once more. It was a close one. It was a close one. Some extra morale. Okay, I was there. Okay. That looks good. Like we cleaned this out. There is some loot. And now I can go here and continue. Maybe he has text-to-speech? Sassy. Oh no! This is a tech wizard!
Meve's force reached Cavaldon, a small, run-down town.
The Blackclads, they've a strong garrison in place.
Proclaimed her scouts upon returning from a foray.
And they stand prepared for a siege. Their stores overflow, and we've seen ballistas, scorpions.
Cavaldon can be taken,
began Reynard hesitantly.
but not without losses. Considerable losses.
A retreat. Is that what you advise?
I fear the soldiers wouldn't take to such a course. They're eager, Your Grace. They've a fire in them. Order a retreat and you could devastate morale.
Our losses may be
Attack!
heavy,
Said Meve, drawing her sword.
but I'll make certain the vile invader suffers even more. Order the troops to prepare. We will attack.
Soon after, the Lyrians moved on Cavaldon, war drums rumbling in step to their march. Upon the walls, the Nilfgaardians stood poised to defend.
When the Lyrians approached the walls of Cavaldon, they were greeted with a hail of bolts and arrows. The Nilfgaardian had made clear they had no intention of surrendering the city without a fight. Yet, if they believed such a tactic sufficient to discourage Meve's siege, a harsh truth awaited them. Story battle, short-term battle. Let's see. That's pretty good.
I won't leave a single city to these invader scum! For Lyria! For Rivia!
And now we do a tried and true method of burning everything.
Watch your heads! Catch!
Nilfgaard! We must bring down their walls! Crush them!
Ow!
Retreat!
Yeah, sassy. But it's a lot of fun, because it's not just Gwent games, it is basically every game of Gwent that you play here plays differently, because there are all kinds of different rules and stipulations in place. Let's put that there. And now this one
Thing
here.
about slings, they hide well.
Yep. Life is mine now.
Okay. Here.
Wise choice.
One go here. Well, I mean, you fellows sleep after an hour or so, Danielle, so there's that. It doesn't count. That is true. It is more of a puzzle game indeed. I don't know which one to play here. Let's bring up this one and this one.
Elven Blarney.
Of course, as you wish, master.
True. I feel, but it's also just watching this game. It certainly is confusing, but since the rules change so much with all the puzzles and different stipulations, you have to pay attention anyway. So it's really more that you go from game to game and see what kind of rules you have for that battle. A boost. mean, that's what the beta was for, right? Like, to test out how the and I feel like I played it during the beta and then I played it afterwards, and it was improved afterwards. Not that the beta was bad; it was just even more intricate and detailed after the beta ended. So. Exactly, Fizz, yeah.
Yes.
I haven't heard anyone saying that about Gwent necessarily. I think Gwent just offers, just the way it is set up, it offers a very different experience than Hearthstone, and I prefer it. Even the online version, I feel like it is a little more accessible and a little fairer for new players and less built on pay to win. So I prefer that, but obviously Hearthstone probably will be the #1 online card game for a long time. Which one do we take here?
Her Majesty is.
And I mean, this game really, you can't compare that to the to Gwent Online because it just plays completely differently. Which, and obviously it makes sense now that they decided to make this a separate game and not as originally planned as the single-player campaign in Gwent Online.
My, now that is some fancy weaponry. Bet it's still got that new war machine smell.
Discipline. That is what you.
Yeah, that was originally the intention. Then they decided that first of all, this was just getting too big, and I think also now seeing the differences, it would have been even more confusing.
Highly curious case. Egreto dum anima est, spes est.
We did it,
Since the gameplay is so different.
The Nilfgaardians had indeed
But
prepared
I really
well,
like what they did with
grapples to
Thronebreaker.
repel
It's
hook
a
ladders
really
from the
well-made
walls
game.
and long spears to rain down upon attackers far below. Meve managed on the 4th attempt to breach the defenses, but did so scrambling over the corpses of her own men. The Queen was in the field tent when Reynard arrived with surprising news.
I mean,
to be heard
know,
over the
it's,
groans of the wounded, he
not
had to
super
raise
long,
his voice.
actually.
Your Grace, a delegation of townsfolk. They seek an audience urgently.
I would say like around 30 hours. Which is a good... I think that it's a fair thing for a game that is not even full price. So
dozens of burghers stood before the tent. Between them and the Queen, a man knelt
like it's 5
shackles.
maps, and you.
His face was
I mean,
bloodied
streaming
as if he'd
obviously
endured
takes a little
vicious
longer, but I
beating
would say
just moments before.
each
Who's
map
this?
like around 5,
snarled a priestess
6-ish
in a
hours
frayed
maybe.
robe.
He betrayed you, Your Grace.
If you would play
Soon after the
on your
Nilfgaardians
own.
arrived, within hours in truth, he offered his labour and strength. They didn't even need to ask.
Yes, lots of
Forged
burgers.
arms and armour
We're all
for them,
hungry.
all for imperial gold.
Meve gripped the beaten man's beard, tugged upwards, and looked him in the eyes.
Did you forge the hooks and the tips for those spears?
I did, Your Grace.
It was fine work.
Growled the Queen.
Damned fine.
Show him mercy, milady!
Cried a withered old man in a flour-spattered apron.
When the black-clad bastards captured my son, they were eager to hang him. Tordor spoke for him, saved his life.
He helped me too.
Hollered a woman in the crowd.
I were hungry. He shared what little he had.
The townsfolk began shouting over one another. Some told of the blacksmith's noble deeds. Others labeled him a traitor, deserving of a cruel and violent end. Meve turned back towards the field hospital, pondering the case, then spotted her soldiers' corpses laid out in rows. Had it not been for Todor, there might not have been so many.
Had him lashed.
20
Let's
soldiers
let the
died
middle
today,
ground.
wresting Cavalden from Nilfgaard's grip.
Said Meve, her tone cold and unforgiving.
'Twas your iron that felled them. 'Twill be your blood that pays the debt. 5 lashes for each of the fallen.
Todor's torturers were several, as no one man's arm could complete 100 blows. Amazingly, Todor survived the ordeal, but his body had been broken. He'd never put hammer to anvil again, and spent the rest of his days a beggar.
Not sure if that was a good option. Well, things happen.
Freedom will cost us dearly. Dearly indeed. He weren't a bad person, milady. He strayed.
That was even worse than killing him, maybe, yeah.
Deserved no such fate.
I mean, in my defense, I didn't know how many lashes he would get.
Your Majesty, the hut's untouched. Ripe grain in the fields, 'tis hard to believe. I feared we'd have another Edirn here, with the Blackclads setting fire to all.
I feared nothing of the sort. Nilfgaard's not stupid. Lands it aims to hold, it doesn't destroy. And Willem did bend the knee to the Emperor.
Okay. Well, we're getting closer there. Slowly but surely. Oh, what was that? A little hiccup. They are lashing someone out. When the scouts returned with information that Nilfgaardian slavers had set up camp nearby, Meve let out a heavy sigh. She knew she must free her subject, yet she also knew that when threatened, the Blackclads whips in hand would turn those very subjects against her. Let's switch this one out. It's a stand-up battle, right? That's not great. That's not great. Let's use our leader ability and send out the brawler.
Come here! Let's dance!
Skellige guys.
Is today the day? That will do.
Thanks. For stealing my own unit. A kind. Well. Let's see though. We have the spy unit, so let's play that one.
New orders? No?
Give me a target.
Get rid of that one. Get mine back, and he probably will pass, I would assume.
Must be an important lesson in this. But what?
Then we will pass. He wants to play more cards, fine. Okay. We won the round. Let's just pass. I'm gonna win the second round, and we will try to take the third round. Exactly. We will play the bear guy eventually and win. That is the plan.
101, 102, 103.
Let's fight.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Okay, bear guy time. This time not as many cards, but still quite a lot. And we can... I could use my leader's ability, but I think I will do it next turn.
Life is mine now.
Let's do that. Now I use the leader ability. Put that one back in our deck, and I can play 2 cards.
I smell a leak. Are you mad? Don't shake that!
Set these ones on fire. And now I can still play a card.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
This one's got spirit.
Okay. Let's play this one. Destroy that one. Send those guys down. Oh, doggo ate someone. That's fine. Makes the doggo stronger.
Idiots! Or the lash! Death is only the beginning!
We will win this pretty easily, as long as nothing crazy
Wise
happens.
choice.
Boom ba-doom. Get rid of these ones. Now the blood card.
Company, forward march! Attack!
Stores the orders. I can use this again. That I shouldn't do. I mean, maybe he can pull off the upset. It's possible.
He's worth 20 florins!
Definitely possible.
Never had your kneecaps broken!
Or maybe not. Maybe not. Okay? Maybe not. Maybe he has like a 121 card. Oh. He did not. And we won. We are victorious once more. Victory. Some loot. Because loot is good. There's some loot here somewhere there. So, how do I want to proceed? I think I will stay to the right first. We liberated this camp of slaves after the Nilfgaardians took over our lands in the very beginning. Now we are reclaiming our lands. And doing that by beating the Nilfgaardians and freeing the slaves that are Rivian and Lyrian citizens. My queen, we found a sizable store of gold under the floorboards of the dwelling. It appears someone was hidden their life savings. What shall we do with it? Leave it for the owner? Should he ever return, or load it into our wagons? Let's take it with us. We can protect it better. That sometimes happens as well. I just part for the course. Oh, what's going on here? Be told, I leave you a small gift which should ease the fort's recapture from the Nilfgaardians. Do not delay the attack. The queen will soon reach the border. By striking from the rear, we can spare the burden on her troops, hastening their march on the capital. Rivia has life in it yet, Yaropek. P.S. Secure the hideout's entrance. I don't believe the Blackclads are on our trail, but Melitele protects those who protect themselves. Alright, Sassy, have a wonderful night. Thank you for stopping by, and hope that you sleep well, and hope to see you very soon. Escape room in a few hours? Cool. With whom do you go? With your sister, or? Or do you mean by escape room trying to get out of the bedroom and actually just leaving bed? I mean, I don't think her friend with the torn ACL will escape anything other than her bed, and even that is questionable. Nato, shut up. Sergeant Gwendolyn Iffer of the 6th Gesso Infantry Regiment was impatient to finish his duty on watch. He first planned to empty his bladder. He then wished to empty his bottle of Tamarian hooch hidden under his bunk. Unfortunately, he hadn't the time to fulfill either desire upon seeing the torches of the approaching Lyrian force. He sounded the alarm. Sister and I, Sherlock Holmes, with a bunch of strangers. Cool. When will you go? I know that you like escape rooms, so I hope it's a lot of fun. Let's see. I'm playing this one. My pirates in the first round looking pretty good. Starts at 9 to 2.5 hours. Might do dinner first. Nice. So let's play this one.
Waiting for a personal invitation.
Grab this one. And play even more of our pirates.
May disgrace ends here.
Yeah.
I'm a wicked away.
Hellcatzer!
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I had one of those escape rooms a couple hundred meters away from home. Never went, but heard good things about it. A friend of mine went there once. I've never been either.
103.
My brother went to one in Hamburg, but never been myself. I think. Another pirate.
Hey, I'm up there.
Hoping the group we end up with isn't fucking stupid. I take them very seriously. I mean, if they are stupid, just kick their asses. And tell them that they're stupid. It's always good. Let's switch out this card. Let's play another pirate. It's a hard one.
Off to the front yet again.
Quiet, or the commissar will hear.
Lost the second round.
Okay. 152, 154.
Now the fun begins.
No time for that. Order! Life is mine now.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. Let's bring that back to our deck. And now bring out our Skellige friends and throw some firebombs.
Ludicrous! Give me some of that.
A few of our Skellige friends.
Here. Time I wiped it away.
Scheiß! In zwei!
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Let's move those guys there. Yeah, Coley, just sit back, grab some popcorn and watch.
Off to the front yet again.
Not too much there. Let's do that.
Wise choice.
Wanna know why I got my scar? Scheiß! In zwei!
Let's get rid of these two.
And just when you thought things were about to get dull.
Let's take this one. This one.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
That one. We still have a fire thrower. Do not. Then let's take this one. And this one.
Never had your kneecaps broken.
That was not in the spellbooks.
Arbalist to your command.
Victory! Another win for Queen Meve.